you kindly? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find it? Would you kindly get this?
And just to build on what Mitch said, like the time for convincing publishers and developers like to support Wii U has long passed.
Right.
Like the box is out. You have to do what Sony and Microsoft have been doing with us for a long time, and it's not that every time we met with them we got all the answers we wanted, but they involved us very early on in talking to folks like Bethesda and Gearbox and saying, here's what we're doing, here's what we're planning, here's how we think it's going to work, to hear what we thought, from our tech guys and from an experience standpoint, what we thought. Like, you have to spend an unbelievable amount of time up front doing that. If you're going to just sort of decide, like, well, we're going to make our box and this is how it's going to work and you should make games for it, like, well, no. Like, no is my answer. I'm going to focus on other ones that better support what it is we're trying to do. So you've got to spend more time trying to reach out to those folks before you even make the box, when you're still designing and thinking about how it's going to work.
Oh man, well, it's not the first time and it pretty much won't be the last time, but as proven and as shown, Nintendo really doesn't consider anybody else but themselves when it comes to creating and developing hardware. As shown right here, Bethesda, Nintendo engaged third-party enough before the Wii U reveal. Bethesda's Pete Hines has poured scorn on Nintendo's efforts to discuss their intentions for Wii U with third-party publishers ahead of the console's announcement. Asked as to what the company could do once again to attract them, Hines said that the time for that has long passed and that Microsoft and Sony involved them in the design process far more. The time for convincing publishers and developers to support the Wii U has long passed. The box is out, Hines explained on Bonus Round. You have to do what Sony and Microsoft have been doing with us for a long time. And what can I say, people, that other than that, I 100% agree with Pete Hines. Nintendo, once again, has created a system that third-party developers did not ask for, that third-party developers aren't really considered in. You look at the N64, we were demanding optical media, optical drives. You look at the GameCube, we were going into online and standard DVDs, not those mini DVDs. You look at the Wii, we were going into the HD era, not sub-HD and things of that nature. Even though the Wii controller did pick up on, we knew where gaming was going, and Nintendo, for better or for worse, they decided they want to go in an entirely different direction, which isn't bad. I don't mind them going in a different direction, but at least include third-party developers and the industry as a whole in that direction that you're going to. The whole point in launching a console early is to build up momentum, to prove something, to show something, to garner and gain support. Microsoft came out with Xbox 360 a year early, and look what they did. They capitalized on every advantage they possibly could to gain third-party support, to gain developer support, to gain exclusives, timed exclusives, DLC, whatever you want to call it. They came out early with a purpose. Nintendo came out with the Wii U for no other reason other than to get the Wii U out. There was no point, no strategy, and no plan to get the Wii U out earlier. They are in a worse situation now than what they were then before the Wii U as it was launching. Plain and simple. It's pretty much a fact. Within the first 8 months of the system coming out, it's pretty much not only the laughing stock of mainstream gaming, the laughing stock of mainstream gaming media, but developers and third parties look at it as a complete joke. You're not getting The Division, you're not getting Destiny, you're not getting The Witcher 3, you're not getting Battlefield 4, you're not getting Thief 4, the list can go on and on and on, Mirror's Edge 2, and it's just an unfortunate embarrassment. It really is. I mean, they made all that money with the Wii. They have all this money right now. And going into the Wii U, here I'm thinking that they might as well call this new system the Super Nintendo 2. Because that's what it's going to be. They cornered and got the entire casual market. Now it's time to build a broad online system, a nice interface, a powerful system to take back what they had with the regular Nintendo, to take back what they had with the Super Nintendo, to gain back the core gamer, the hardcore gamer, pretty much cover bases on all ends and on all fronts, and yet they came out with a system that not only alienated Wii owners, alienated Nintendo gamers, they pretty much alienated gamers altogether. The Wonderful 101 people is a complete disaster in the UK. Second weekend, it's not doing anything. Meanwhile, games like Saints Row the Fourth and the new Splinter Cell Blacklist game are topping the charts. So anybody who is really trying to lie and fool themselves saying that the Wonderful 101 will sell well when Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out to the market is obviously brain dead and delusional. Because if people are going out and buying Saints Row the Fourth and they're going out and they're buying the new Splinter Cell over the Wonderful 101, what do you think is going to happen when Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out? Sure, you can make the excuse that, oh, the game is not on the Wii U, but guys, the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, they're 6 and 7 years old. Anybody who's a gamer pretty much has one. I'm sorry, like, you mean to tell me that somebody went out and bought a Wii U day one and doesn't have a 360 or a PS3? I mean, I'm sure there are people out there like that, but probably far and in between, that you're going to be an early adopter on a new system and not have one of the old ones. I mean, at this point, what can Nintendo do? Really, Nintendo, all they can really do right now is be straight up upfront with third-party developers and say, what do you want? And we're going to give in to your demands. Do you want money? Do you want no licensing fees? Do you want a Kickstarter to help with funding your projects? Do you want us to handpick people to come out over there and handle the games and help you develop the games for you? What do you want? Because at this point, Nintendo has put themselves into a corner and backed themselves into the corner. Just like Sony when they got super stubborn with the PlayStation 3, Nintendo got super stubborn again with the Wii U. A lesson I thought they would have learned with the N64. But again, you have management, Iwata and Reggie, that refused to learn, refused to educate themselves. I mean, Reggie came out and said they wanted to design a system that will have all the top third-party multiplats on it, as well as the Nintendo games like Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong that everybody likes, and they've failed. The Wii U, as of right now, is a failure. It is the biggest disaster Nintendo has ever put out since the Virtual Boy. And I hope it gets better, people, but honestly, when you've built zero momentum for the first 8 months of your console, and the new PlayStation and the new Xbox are breathing right down your neck, and Steam is just out of control with Kickstarter, King of Indies, and PC gaming is just right now flourishing so much, then at this point, I don't know where there's a place for Nintendo to be other than handhelds. And this goes to what I was saying before. If you're only going to make hardware beneficial to you and your game developers, then you need to get out of console gaming, stick to handhelds, and spread your games onto other platforms that are far less limited than your own.